Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's 3 o'clock on the sunny sundial, and that means it's time for the show that's on in the afternoon, also known as...
Afternoon Delight.
That's right. I got my sunny honey right here as my co-host is Mel. We've got a Pop Culture Thunderdome quiz today. Looks like we're going to do discontinued junk food from history today.
Ooh, I might actually do good on this one.
I think so.
I like candy bars.
We've got some meme it or leave it memes today. Some of them are spicy. We've got a Reddit rundown report. This one's going to be an interesting one. I want to see what you have to think. Let's see how this husband. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's definitely drama. Is this news? Melanie sent over 3 different news stories over the weekend, and we're going to be the judge and the jury to let you know, is this newsworthy or is this meh? We're going to see. And, of course, we have Hey Girl, Hey horoscopes. I had a long chat with the stars over this weekend to see if we could deliver, reflect 1979, but not in such a harsh tone.
Why? It's funny.
So we'll have to see what happens today. I know there's just been God sakes, Pisces last week was just... real aggressive.
I think the world is making people like, oh, you
too
can't.
sensitive.
You got to be too sensitive. You're going to be canceled.
So this is our chance where we're going to butch it up out there. We're going to make them. We're going to make them really feel. Now, listen, I do have a baby Thunderdome quiz option for you, just in case if you need it. But let's get into Pop Culture Thunderdome. Can I please have some theme music?
Thunderdome quiz.
Donna. Discontinued junk food. All right. First question. Which discontinued snack was once marketed as a profitable breakfast for busy kids? Was it PB Crisps? Was it Oreo O's cereal? Was it Dunkaroos or Pop-Tarts Crunch cereal?
I'm going to say Pop-Tarts Crunch cereal.
Okay. For busy kids, yeah. Next up, true or false? McDonald's once sold onion nugget style McPizza bites nationwide before launching McPizza.
I think that's true.
Okay.
I feel like that's true.
Next up, which soda was clear and marketed as pure alternative soda to the cola in the 1990s? Was it Crystal Pepsi? Was it OK Soda? Was it Surge Clear or Tab Clear?
That is definitely Crystal Pepsi. It was the most disgusting thing in all the land.
It was very odd.
It came back for a little bit, actually.
It was very weird.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I will give you that for sure. Okay, next one. True or false? Planters cheese balls were discontinued in 2006 and did not return for over a decade.
That's true.
Okay. Next up, which candy bar was filled with chocolate mousse and discontinued despite a loyal cult following? Was it a Marathon bar? Was it a Three Musketeers mint? Was it Hershey's Swoops? Or was it a Wonka bar?
Ooh, I feel like it's a Marathon bar.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to guess that one.
All right, true or false on this next one. Butterfinger BBs were discontinued because of low sales, not choking hazard concerns.
False.
Okay. I'm using my pen by Darla.
Yeah, Darla made us these pens and these new phone holders.
I love it, Darla. This is very sweet.
With our names on it.
I know, my name is on it.
It's a good pen.
It's a great pen. Number 7, which chip brand released Wow line made with Olestra that later caused digestive controversies? Was it Doritos, Lay's, Pringles, or Ruffles?
I think it's Lay's.
Okay.
It made you have the
cacas.
Not fun in your pants. Not fun.
Sharding.
You got to run.
True or false? High C Ecto Cooler was originally created as a movie tie-in and then discontinued in the early 2000s, but briefly returning decades later.
I'm saying true.
Okay. Number 9 on the Richter scale here. Which discontinued ice cream treat featured vanilla ice cream between 2 oatmeal cookies? Was it a Chip Witch? Was it a Good Humor cookie sandwich? Was it ice cream sandwich slim? Or was it Klondike Oat?
I think it's a Chipwich.
Okay. And finally, true or false? Reese's Elvis Cups, banana and peanut butter flavored, were a permanent flavor that quietly faded away after 10 years.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
I don't remember
go
that.
Falsy on that one?
Yeah.
All
let's
right.
see.
That's going to be interesting. Let me go get the answer key.
Bink.
All right, back here. All right, first one. You said what?
D, Pop-Tart Cereal Crunch.
You are correct.
Portable breakfast.
It launched in the mid 1990s and was basically a tiny Pop-Tarts in a cereal bowl. It was discontinued within a year due to poor sales. It sounds delicious, though.
But they brought something, now they revamped it because now you can get like the Pop-Tarts to go. They're like little mini Pop-Tarts and they sell them in a bag.
Oh, really? Okay. Next up, what did you say?
I said true.
It is false. Wrong.
They did have a pizza though.
Bites were never a nationwide product. The rollout struggled due to long cook times.
Oh.
All right, next up, you said?
A, Crystal Pepsi.
Correct. It was launched in 1992 during the clear craze. It was discontinued within 2 years, but returns occasionally as nostalgia. Yeah, gross. Next up, you said?
True.
Correct. They disappeared in 2006, the cheese balls, the Planters cheese balls, and didn't return until 2018 after a massive online demand.
Yep, even in their little canisters.
They're actually really
The
good.
canisters still look like the same original canister. They decided when they brought it back
round,
to do it like that.
the
Yeah.
cylinder,
With the
yeah.
logo and everything.
Next up, you said?
I said A.
Wrong.
Is it Wonka Bar?
Wrong.
Hershey Swoops.
Yes, Hershey's Swoops. Shaped like Pringles. Oh, I loved these.
Oh, I remember these.
It's the name that really, they should have named it something
Yeah.
else. Shaped like Pringles, launched in 2003, discontinued by 2006. I still beg for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like those things.
All right, next up.
I said false because it was a choking hazard.
Correct. Sales were declining, but there was also choking concerns on the
How about chew your food?
Butterfinger BBs. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a BB gun, right?
Yeah.
All right, next up, you said?
I said B. Lay's.
Correct. Olestra
Olestra.
was fat-free, but came with a warning label about possible digestive side effects.
Digestive side effects.
Yeah.
You're going to make a potty in your pants side
Shadoobie
effect.
doobie doo.
Yeah.
Next up, you said?
I said true.
That is correct. It was recreated for Ghostbusters in 1987. This is the Ecto Cooler I'm talking about. It outlived the movie by years before being
Yeah.
discontinued in 2000s, but then was revived in 2016. Next
Yeah.
up, you said?
I said Chipwich.
Correct. It debuted in 1981, discontinued in the early 2000s, later revived by a new company, the Chipwich. All right, and finally, you said?
False. I don't remember this.
That is correct.
Okay.
They were limited edition, launched in 2007, and disappeared quickly despite fan demand.
I got an 80.
80%, that's a B, and that's going to make you free.
Yes.
Let's go to Capybara with me.
Looking for your wild side with a gentle twist, Sonnies? Say hello to the Capybara Cafe, Florida's most unforgettable animal experience. Get up close and personal with capybaras, reptiles, and the cutest exotic creatures around, all while learning, laughing, and making a real impact. Every visit supports animal shelters, provides sustainability, and delivers educational magic for the whole fam. So don't just scroll, scurry over to thecapybaracafe.com and book your encounter now. The Capybara Cafe, where curiosity lives and your wild heart gets to roam.
All right, we are back for Meme It or Leave It. This first one. I grew up on Maury, Lifetime, and First 48. I know when shit ain't adding up in life. Yep.
True.
Now, lessons
True.
from daytime TV. Next up, please wear cologne that matches your face. Some of you got me turning around for nonsense.
That's true.
Right. Next up, bitch, I'm trying to release my inhibitions and feel the rain on my skin. Feel the rain on your skin. That's right. Next up, you have no business with a Louis Vuitton purse and a cavity.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, come on, take care of yourself before that purse,
can't.
baby. I see some of you out there. Next up, Mercury is in reverse cowgirl again.
Oh, my God.
Yep, definitely. Next up, if there was vomit on my sweater already from Mom's spaghetti, I think I would just stay home. No rap battles for me tonight, please. Thanks. I'm
That's
unwell.
funny.
Yeah.
Silly.
Next up, Goldilocks was so stupid for not wanting to sleep in a bed too big for her. Oh no, I'm too comfortable.
Yeah, girl, you want to go
Shut
to bed.
up.
It's too small.
Though I do love
Stupid.
her. I do love her. All right, next up, American computer. Would you like to enable cookies? And then there's a British computer. All right, mate. Do you want the biscuits on your laptop and your booth?
Rachel's hating us right now.
Totally. Next up, pancake mix is too thick. Adds water. Pancake mix is too runny, adds mix. Pancake mix is too thick, adds water. Now it feeds a family of 120
That
for
is
pancakes.
true. We do that.
God, all the time.
I can't.
And then finally, from now on, I will be asking myself on a scale of 50 Cent to Jesus, how do I want to handle the situation?
You could throw in Cardi B up in that mix too.
Oh my God. I think that solves for me is a nice ice cream cone from Ben & Jerry's.
All right, Sonnies, let's be real. Some people chase sunsets, but the rest of us, we chase scoops. And nobody, I mean nobody, serves up good vibes like Ben & Jerry's St. Augustine on St. George Street. Here's the scoop within the scoop. Their catering team is legendary. They roll up cooler first and sprinkle happiness on everything. Weddings, birthdays, block parties, you name it. They don't just serve ice cream, they serve moments you'll never forget. So grab your people, grab your spoons, and head to Ben & Jerry's St. Augustine.
Oh, Mel.
What?
Now it's time for Addie's Reddit Rundown Report. You guys, I'm just shocked that people do the things they do. Like this douche. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to take my husband back after he left 3 days into my cancer diagnosis to protect his mental health and showed up with grocery store roses after I hit remission?
I need all the details.
All right, here we go. My husband told me I can't handle this and moved out 3 days after my oncologist said the word cancer. Not 3 weeks, not 3 days. I sat there with the biopsy results still in my hand, stage 2 breast cancer. Aggressive treatment plan, and he packed a duffel bag while I was still trying to process that I might die. He said he needed space to think. Said watching me go through this would destroy him, and he actually said I have to protect my mental health while I'm sitting here about to lose my hair, my breast, and maybe my life. I've asked him to stay for one round of chemo, just one. He said he couldn't, make promises that he cannot keep. He left on a Tuesday. My first chemo was that Friday. My mom drove me. My dad sat in the infusion room and held the bowl when I threw up in the parking lot afterwards. My little sister shaved my head when it started falling out in clumps because I couldn't stand waking up to hair all over my pillow. But my husband, the man who promised in sickness and in health, sent exactly 2 text messages within 6 months. One asking me if I needed anything from the house, and one saying he was thinking of me. I did 16 rounds of chemo alone. Had a mastectomy alone. Learned to look at my scarred chest in the mirror alone. Then I got my remission results. I called my parents first, my sister second, posted my cancer support group third. Did not call my husband because honestly, I started to forget I even had one. Then, 6 months into remission, he showed up at my door with flowers. Actual grocery store roses still in the plastic sleeve. He gained weight, had a beard, looked like he'd been doing fine. He says, "I always knew you'd beat it.
Oh.
You're the strongest person I know.
So nice.
I never doubted you for a second." I
Nice.
just stared at him. He said that he'd been giving me space to heal. But now I know I was better. He would wants to start over. He'd been seeing a therapist, working on himself, ready to be the husband I deserved. I said, "You weren't there." He said, "I know. I know it was hard, but we both needed time to process."
Oh, so
I
nice
said,
of him.
"I processed alone. I threw up alone. I cried alone. You don't get to just come back now." He started crying, actually crying, saying that he made a mistake. He was scared and he couldn't watch me suffer. Said he thought about me every single day and that he still loved me, that this marriage means fighting for each other even when it's hard.
Oh.
I literally
Now that he wants to.
laughed out loud. I actually laughed in his face because the audacity was so unreal. I told him he didn't fight for anything. He ran. And now the scary part was over. Now that I've done the hard work of surviving, he wanted to coast back in and take credit for believing in me. He tried to hug me. I stepped back. He said, "Please don't throw away our marriage over one mistake." One mistake. He forgot to take out the trash is a mistake,
Yeah.
not abandon me during cancer. I told him to leave. He said he won't go. This was still his house too. We needed to talk about this like adults. I said, fine, we can talk to my lawyer about the divorce papers I'm about to serve you. He said I wasn't thinking clearly. I was still emotional from treatment. I needed time. I called my dad. My dad showed up in 12 minutes and told my husband if he wasn't gone in 5, the cops were coming. My husband left crying, said I'd regret this and that I was pushing away someone who actually loved me. He texted me 47 times that week, called from different numbers, showed up at my mom's house, sent messages through mutual friends about how he deserved a second chance and how I was being cruel and how marriage is about forgiveness. I blocked his ass everywhere and I'm filed for divorce. Now his family is blowing up my phone saying I'm heartless, that he made a mistake but he wants to come back, that I'm throwing away a marriage over pride. His mom called me vindictive, said sickness tests everyone different, affects everyone differently, and I should be grateful he wants to make this work. My friends are split. Some say he deserves a second chance. That fear that people do stupid things and he clearly regrets it. Others say I'm right about walking away. But I keep thinking about sitting in a chemo chair alone, about my dad learning to clean up my surgical drains because my husband couldn't handle it, about my sister sleeping on my couch for weeks because I was too weak to get out of the bathroom by myself. He wants credit for believing in me when he wasn't even there to see me fight. Am I the asshole for not giving him another chance?
Nope. I'm going to say this. Everyone handles scary situations differently.
True.
Okay.
We saw that.
Right.
We've seen
Am I
that firsthand.
saying the way he handled it is wrong, but for him, that's probably what he thought was best. However, okay, when you're married, I'm a believer in the vows, the sickness and in health, But I also know that the fact that he ran, so that's not okay. And now, think about this. She's in remission now. We all know with cancer, people who've been through cancer, like there's times that you may be in remission and then years later it may come back.
True.
Like one of my good girlfriends, Jody Powell, she beat breast cancer twice and she was in remission for 8 years, and all of a sudden last week she just completed her last round of chemo because it came back. So what's to say that if this happens again and it comes back that he's not going to run again?
Right.
I'll tell you this, if it was me, I would have a very, very difficult time even looking at somebody who said, I was scared. Well, I'm glad you were scared and you got to run away. But I don't blame her.
Is fear an explanation or just an excuse?
No, it's an excuse.
You think so?
I think it's an excuse because I was scared. What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to bring it up again. Brian's mom, she left him on his deathbed. She literally saw a dolphin, thought it was Jesus, and said, run. And we asked her why you ran, and she said, because that's what our family does.
Yeah.
We run away
She
from
can't handle
problems.
it. That's why, you can only get so mad at this guy because everybody does handle things differently.
And I could only get so mad. I could only get so mad at Mary for leaving Brian on his deathbed,
Right?
Because that's the journey that she's on, and I know the journey that I'm on is I'm going to get that man to glory because that's what he needs right now. I'm giving him something that he can't give himself.
Right.
So in this situation, going back to our story, is leaving during a crisis a character flaw or is it a trauma response?
I think it's a trauma. I'm going to go with trauma response.
Okay, so we're giving him a little bit of grace on
Because
that.
I wonder if
He's got to realize the marriage is over. For him, it's delusional if he thinks the
But
marriage is going to
I
work.
wonder if something happened within his family or in his life that caused him to react this way. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's just a coward.
Well,
I don't know.
do you think his return was about guilt
No.
or was it about reputation?
I think he's trying to save face.
Yeah,
CYA, cover your ass.
Well, I mean, it really took him quite a long time to save face. I really think that he took the most cowardice route on this whole situation.
And also, it's like, okay, so did you really love and care about her, or was it just the facade of I'm married, I have this perfect life, look at my beautiful wife in my house?
yeah, exactly. So it's sort
Was
of
it
like a
just for
fictitious conditional?
pictures.
Is it just for because everyone else is married, I have to have a
And then when
wife?
shit gets hard,
Right.
you leave.
You leave, which is
No.
really weird. But I do want to talk about the word forgiveness. When does forgiveness ever come into play? Like, I think that she could forgive him, but she does not have to stay married to him.
I don't know. Like I said, my world is very black and white on certain issues, and I would not be able to forgive this behavior.
I have
I
always
would
been
never
taught
forget, I
to
will not
find
forgive.
a way to have forgiveness. Otherwise, I'm not going to have peace on my breath.
I think
So-
there's sometimes you can't forgive.
I can. Yeah, because you can't pity the fool, and you can't be mad at stupid. You can't. And a lot of people are fools and stupid. I mean,
But
for
you know
sure.
what? I do think it's okay that, you know what? No, this is an unforgivable act. I think it's okay to feel that way.
Right.
Because I think this day and age, everybody's like, you have to forgive to protect your peace. It's not always that way. Like sometimes my peace is, I don't forgive you. This relationship is done.
This is where you and I
And
are
I
a little
think
bit
it's
different
okay.
here, which,
I think it's
so
okay.
I'm fine with your opinion. I think that's great. But I have to find peace because, yes, that will protect me and my mental stability. Otherwise, I will go down this, I'm a Scorpio, I'll go down this rabbit hole of, trying to get back revenge and all that. No, that's not the way to live through life. You need to be able, in my opinion, I think you need to have forgiveness is going to be your personal healing. You don't have to stay married to him, but definitely forgive him and then move on.
And then realize he's going to find someone new and that they get to have your leftovers.
Listen, when you go through and you know this too, when you go through a trauma like that, you come out on the other end
Different.
a completely different person. So that is a completely different person he's going to have to fall in love with.
Prisoners and given 0 Fs.
Right. Right, I know. So when did she who do you think that she became? Like the warrior during this cancer?
Yeah.
Like she kind of
And she was
saw
like, forget it. I got to do what makes me happy now. I just almost died.
and I think that the God or the universe or whatever you believe was aligning her aperture up to understand that your husband really isn't the one that you really think he is, and we got to see his true colors, and which you need to be grateful for. Hence that forgiveness. You're like, I am glad. Okay, how long were they together? What was it, like 20 some odd years? I'm glad that it wasn't 50. So that she still can have another chapter in her life.
Bananas.
Otherwise, yeah. So is it
bananas.
cruel to protect your peace from someone who once protected theirs at your expense?
No.
Yeah.
You always protect your peace. We were talking about before the morning show this morning. David and I were talking about like selfish people. And I said to him, I said, sometimes just once I wish I could just be a selfish person and be like, no, I'm doing what's best for me. And not only in that sense, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm being just all about me. But it's not in my DNA to do that. Do you guys ever wish sometimes you could be a selfish person like that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just because I know that the standard of what I want to be in life is the best of my absolute ability, and I don't want to ever think selfishly. I just don't, because I don't want to get distracted with that. I want to keep going with the route of being empathetic and listening to people's stories and how can I help them. I
But
mean,
you know why I feel that way? Like sometimes I wish I could do it just for like that long, because when we are empathetic and we do for everybody else, 9 out of 10 times we end up getting screwed. So just for once, I want to be like, no.
So what do you think
It's
that
all about
marriage
me.
is at its core? Is it companionship, loyalty, endurance,
I think it's all
emotional
of that.
capacity?
I think some people may get married for companionship. I think some people get married to have the stability. I think everyone's reason is different. I think some people get married because they have that physical attraction, and I think that's just the basis of their marriage, which sounds like maybe this was this guy. But
Do you
I
think it was
everyone's
flattering
different.
for her that her husband came back in the story?
No, that would piss me off. Why'd you come back now? Why? Because I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean,
I did it without you. You know what? I always go by this phrase. My life was perfectly fine before you came along, and it'll be perfectly fine if you leave.
So do you think the marriage was over the second that he left, or
Yeah.
was it okay?
100%.
There would have been no forgiveness there.
No.
Yeah, it was a pretty traumatic moment that he just packed a
Not
duffel
forgiving
bag
that.
and just absolutely left. God's sakes. Well, for better or for worse, this guy did not listen to his vows.
No, you
But
get out of
this
here.
woman definitely belongs at Panache for a glow up.
Every guest, every time. Since 1987, Panache opened its doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, their guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. The same goes for their elegant salon space, dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with Aveda's mission. You gotta get Panache.com and get with it, boo.
Okay, we've got some interesting news stories for this Is This News segment. I want you guys to let me know or let us know, is this newsworthy or are these not news? Let's see what the hashtag is. Mel says all of them are always news.
Yep.
This first one's interesting. Hot and bothered. The Earth just plugged itself in. All right, apparently the Earth is done being decorative. In Cornwall, England, the UK just turned on its first deep geothermal power plant, which literally pulls scorching hot water from miles underground to generate electricity for about 10,000 homes. No sun, wind, or vibes. This is just heat straight from the planet's core. And because that wasn't ambitious enough, the same underground system is also producing lithium, the stuff used in electric car batteries. So while I'm still trying to remember to unplug my teapot over here, the Earth is out here powering neighborhoods and mining battery minerals at the same time. That's not just hot, it's subterranean main character energy.
Okay, but wait, this is real innovation. This is the UK's first deep geothermal plant feeding on the national grid.
Welcome to the game.
Yes, unlike solar or wind, geothermal runs 24/7. It doesn't need sunshine or a breeze to show up. It taps naturally heated underground water to create steam that powers turbines. And it's pulling lithium from the same source, meaning cleaner energy and critical battery supply in one system.
This could change how countries think about energy and independence. My only question is, if we drain so much from the Earth's core, what's going to be replacing that core in the Earth? You know what I mean? Like, is
But
that
I think
sustainable?
geothermal energy is sustainable because the core temperature of the Earth is so hot.
Right.
I think it will continually, unless the water completely dries up and disappears like the dinosaurs. I think that
Well,
we will
that's
be able
kind
to
of
do
what
it.
my question is getting to. Like, if we're draining, the heat from it, using it to power, is it constantly reheating itself to making sure that we don't lose?
Yes.
I hope so.
'Cause the center of the Earth is
I mean,
so hot.
if this is only 10,000 homes, but if we're going to plug in the rest of the world to something like this, is that going to be limiting on some of those resources? I don't know.
It'll be taxed, I'll tell you that much.
I definitely think this is
I think it's news,
newsworthy
too.
because I think this is a future about looking at how we're going to be powering our planet. Very, very cool. Let's see what you guys think in the comments right now. Story number 2. Pauls and Plow, Blizzard Heroes. Okay.
Yay.
During a massive blizzard up north, a plow driver was doing unusual snow sleighing duties when, what's this? 2 tiny dogs were spotted sprinting terrified in the middle of the storm like they were somewhere very urgent and they weren't going to Starbucks. Instead of honking, yawning, or ignoring them like every other human on social media, this plow hero stopped, scooped them up, and rescued them from the frozen tundra version of suburban asphalt. But wait. Then he brought them home, warmed them up, and made sure that they were safe, healthy, and probably wondering why they didn't choose a warmer profession. Honestly, if plows can be heroes, we're all here for it.
Yes, so humor aside, it's more than a cute dog story. 2 dogs were found alone in danger during a blizzard, not just outside, but running in the road, risking hypothermia and traffic. So the plow driver said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to take these dogs. I'm going to get them safety. And he gave them a second chance thanks to the one person that stopped. They didn't just drive by.
Wow.
So it just shows the world of compassion still exists out there in this crazy, crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
I say it's news.
I think it's not news. I'm going to be not news on this one. I love the story of the rescue.
Dogs is news.
I know. Yeah, it's hard for me to say it, but I got to think like
All
the
right,
hard
fine.
news people have representation
Fine.
too. Let's try this next one. Let's go local here. This is an e-bike bus tracked and unloaded. Listen to this idiot.
Oh, God.
Oh, Sonnies, this might be the most suburban detective story since someone found a missing patio chair under 3 lawn flamingos. A high school electric bike was stolen out of Nocatee just recently. Classic deflated tire heartbreak, but the heroic twist is that the GPS tracker on the bike betrayed the thief like a toddler pointing to the cookie jar. Police followed the signal and found the bike waiting in a man's garage. And just like that, he was just chilling, waiting for his rider to be tired. So yes, GPS turned into good parental supervision. See what I did there? For your property, a stolen e-bike. So homeboy goes on campus. This is it. He steals it at nighttime. So it's like 7:09. They have him on security footage. He sees the bike. He walks away. Then 7:21, he comes back, looks at the bike again, walks away. Third time's the charm. He actually takes the bike around 7:45, puts it in a barn close to the school, and then comes back at nighttime and takes the bike. So obviously this is what? These bikes are $1,000 some odd
They're
dollars.
expensive.
So parents tell the police the GPS thing, and the police show up to his door, and he was like, "Whoa, what? I didn't know anybody really wanted the bike. It was just left at the school out for garbage." No one was throwing away that bike, sir.
No, it highlights a trend that we should all know about. Thieves of e-bikes and personal mobility devices are rising.
Yeah.
And there are ways that you can track them and recovering them. So it's not just a small town story. It's about how communities protect each other, and how technology becomes a safe space.
I think so, because then you're going to be able to track some of your items. I mean, I know that they have the air tags. You know, my dog wears an air tag just in case, so I don't know.
How about don't steal?
Yeah, how about just don't steal?
How about don't do that?
So what do you think? You think this is newsworthy?
I think it's news.
I think it's news-ish. Which means it's not
But what
news.
kills me is the kid that
this is
stole the
killing me.
stuff. The kid that stole the stuff didn't even get...
Grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Well, yeah, but-
42 years old.
Oh,
Grown-ass
come
man.
on.
Can you imagine? An asshole.
Like, get
God.
out of here with
Stealing
this.
a kid's bike from a school.
Can't. Let's go to bin 39.
I mean, we should.
39, the hidden gem of downtown St. Augustine since 2016. This is your secret getaway to a fabulous time. It's tucked away inside the lobby of the St. George Inn, and this charming spot boasts a courtyard setting that's straight out of a dream at the north end of St. George Street. Their wine collection features over 85 unique gems, is a journey into the extraordinary. You'll find wines from both small and large producers. They're open daily from 8 to 8 and Thursday to Sunday from 1 to 7. You got to check them out. Bin 39.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you, Addie. Very nice transition there. We've got Hey Girl, Hey Horoscopes. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are on deck today. That means Mel is up first with Aries. We, of course, have 1979 horrible horoscopes coming on deck for each one of these signs. I did ask the stars for a little bit of leniency this week. The stars clapped back and said I should probably find a different year to highlight. Apparently 79.
They're very hostile in
79 was a very hostile year. It must have been the changing over to the millennials force. All right. Aries. The first footstep, Aries. You are the momentum in human form, not chaos, just initiation. Try clean, athletic tailoring, sharp lines, minimal drama, maximum motion. Your cosmic command is start before you feel ready. A sleek boot will work this week when pavement hits the purpose. Affirmation is I move first, not recklessly, but bravely. All right, Aries, 1979 horrible horoscope. You're not decisive. You're restless in a way that frightens the future. Stillness makes you itch.
Yep.
If nothing is happening, you manufacture a crisis just to feel your pulse. You treat inconvenience like a personal insult from the universe. You don't walk into rooms, you evade them. You confuse motion with progress, noise with leadership, volume with power. Half the time, you're not chasing a goal, you're running from boredom. You will interrupt someone mid-sentence this week, make a bold assumption, and realize too late you misread the entire situation.
Yes, that's me.
Also, bird droppings will land directly on your shoulder before something important. Don't forget, it's good luck. Action step, sit down, stay seated, let someone else finish their sentences. Brutal truth, impulse feels like strength until it explodes how you actually assess the situation. If you keep lighting matches just to watch something burn, don't act shocked when the smoke blocks your own exit.
Oh.
Oh, my
Dang.
God.
Dang.
Taurus.
Tiff.
A steady hand. You're the calm in rooms that tremble. Earth tone tailoring this week with weighty fabrics, quiet craftsmanship. Your cosmic command is choose depth over noise. Your power accessory is a heavy gold bracelet that feels grounded. You build things that last. Taurus, 1979 horrible horoscope. You're not grounded. You're immovable out of spite. You plant your heels like they're bolted in linoleum.
So true.
Once you decide something, it would take a wrecking ball and 3 uncles with crowbars to change your mind. You don't defend your opinions, you fortify them. Sandbags, barbed wire, guard dogs. Comfort is a preference for you. It's the law. Same booth, same order, same story about how things used to be better. Polyester upholstery and emotional rigidity holding hands. You call it loyalty. It looks like fear of being wrong.
Oh.
Your prediction this week, you'll refuse to detour. Sit in traffic and steam coming out of your ears. You'll arrive late to something important while insisting it should have had changed the date. Action step, admit you're wrong out loud without qualifying it. The brutal truth is, stability is admirable, stubbornness is expensive.
That is so true. That is Tiff.
Gemini, the strategic mind. You're the curiosity with direction. Crisp collars, intelligent layering. Try a playful blouse to be precise. Your power accessory is going to be a structured satchel filled with ideas and inspiration. Your intellect is not scattered. It is always expansive, Gemini. Gemini, horrible horoscope. You're not adaptable, dopey. You're addicted to stimulation. Now, we all know you are fake, and even you know it. You revel in that trait. Silence makes you nervous. If the room gets quiet, just like the one before, you're workshopping and embellishing your phony reality. Half the time, you're not bonding. You're testing material for the next conversation. You lie outright, you embellish, you rearrange, you edit for the applause. Maybe they will like me. Well, guess what? They don't. The prediction, you will repeat something confidential for a laugh. Watch the room go still and pretend you were misunderstood. Your action step this week is keep one thought to yourself. Let it rot in silence.
Oh my God.
Brutal truth, charm opens doors, loose lips lock them permanently. Your final warning is, if you keep trading intimacy for attention, don't be shocked when people start speaking around you instead of at you.
Oh, jeez.
You're going to have some two-faced players in the room if you don't keep your mouth
That's
shut,
some
Gemini.
Geminis, man. Crazy.
Well, Sonnies, that's a wrap on this motivational Monday. We chilled, we thrilled, we laughed, we thrived, and most importantly,
we survived.
that is the truth. We will be back for Tuesday. What time are we back on?
9 a.m., friends.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Terrific Tuesday.
Very special guest tomorrow. Sonnies, share the show. We love you guys. Bye,
Bye,
Biz.
guys. Monday. Well, the black one is better. This is...